Hello, Wizards of Wizard City. Right now I'm gonna be doing the last bit of Wizard City for myself as the main quest, but also doing some side quests in this series, this episode as well. During this recording, you may hear my housemate come in and say hello to me. He'll probably be getting back from his day out right now, but for the most part, I'm going to try to ignore that and mute him out as much as possible, and we can just go ahead and continue on with the series. So let's go ahead and get started. The start of the series, we're going to be level 12. Let's hope for that.
Malistaire broke open the sealed caves and unleashed the undead. Why? Deranged as he's become, I can't believe chaos is his only ambition. He was always dedicated to his wife, Sylvia. When illness claimed her, his devotion led him to delve into terrible rituals to restore her to life. I forbade him. He ignored me and destroyed the death school in his folly. Now he seeks the Order of the Fang, a lost sect with their own secrets. We must learn why. There is a being who sees through time with the eyes of history and the future, gifted him by the grandmother of ravens. But his eye of history was stolen some time past, and without it, his vision is limited and his memory addled. Alas, we haven't any other choice. So come with me, wizard, to Ravenwood. I have a very important task for you today, young wizard. Your studies will have to wait. You've done such a great job elsewhere. I could use your magic on Colossus Boulevard. I had to lock the gate because the street had become too dangerous. Professor Greyrose summoned an army to run out the ghosts. Something must have gone very wrong with her spell. The gate guard, Private O'Doyle, can tell you more. Please find him in the shopping district and see if he needs help.
I'm not going to do that quest. That is for another street I'm not going to be doing today, but at least we have that quest down. So let's see. We have Lucky Hook Line, which we are not going to be doing. But we actually, let me first go this way to Ravenwood because we still didn't get that level up. So hopefully with this end of quest, we can get that level up.
Wizard, once upon a time there was the first world, inhabited by primal beings and 3 terrible titans. When the feuding titans shattered their world, the primal tree and Grandmother Raven sang the song of creation and wove its fragments together into the spiral. This is one of those primal beings, Bartleby, the grandfather of trees. He guided me to bring you here, and it's his insight we seek now.
My sight is not what it once was. My gaze has turned foul and my memory is fading. You must find the one from the world without magic.
This is that one, Bartleby. Oh dear. You see, wizard, he can't stay with us. His mind is lost in time, in the past and the future.
Beware the spiders, fire rings, the alligator, eats the stars. Malistaire, if you take my eye, my gaze will turn foul, and your spirit rotten.
Malistaire stole the eye of history? Of course! And this repeated bit about a gaze turning foul, there was once a spectre named Foulgaze. He often haunted Sapphira's tower in Old Town. Perhaps his patterns haven't changed. You must investigate at once.
Really? I'm not even done with that quest and I still have to do this? Okay. Let's go ahead and defeat Foul Gaze real quickly. See if we get that level up by that point. Actually, can I get the level up by talking to you, actually?
Thank goodness the headmaster sent a wizard to aid us. We could really use your help. Strange creatures have taken over Colossus Boulevard. We don't know where they came from, but they eat everything in sight. We call them gobblers. I admire you wizards. My niece studies ice magic at Ravenwood, but I'm worried about her. She said she was doing some school project on Colossus Boulevard, but I don't know why she has to do it now. Would you go speak to her and see if she needs any help? Her name is Mindy Pixie Crown.
I'll save that for another time. But yeah, now we're level 12, so we have a lot of stuff to do. I know I said I will do Fall Guys, but let me first get all the level 12 stuff done. At least from Ravenwood. We have a lot of stuff on other streets as well. So let's see. First off, before we even get started, we have our class professor, aka Malorn, I think, to do some stuff with. So let's go ahead and talk to him. First off, let's go to train and we get Banshee, which I haven't gone yet. So we got Banshee there. And then our quest.
So I hope you're ready for your next spell. Think you're up for it, wizard? You'll have to prove yourself in combat. Since you cannot perform combat here in Ravenwood, go see Kirby Longspear on Colossus Boulevard. I trust Kirby to rate your fighting skills.
Okay. I know that's going to be taken into Colossus, so I will wait on that. And we'll have to wait on this spell, whichever it will be. So, yeah. Going into the life school, we have another object to get done with.
As the professor of life magic, it falls to me to tell you about a wonderful new activity available to students. I speak of gardening. Students at Ravenwood can plant and grow amazing plants in their dormitory rooms or castles. Wizards of all schools can garden, so my hope is that every student will learn the joy of shepherding new life. There is so much to learn about gardening, and I know just the person to teach you. Seek out Farley in Gollum Court. He will explain the basics of gardening to you.
I will do that after I get the next quest as well from over here. Hello, Monstrologist Burke.
Can I help you? Oh, yes, of course. You're the one I was told about. I'm Principal Monstrologist, Gilder Burke. Thanks for coming. Headmaster Ambrose is allowing me to recruit talented and studious young wizards for an exciting new elective program, Monstrology. It's an ancient practice from my home world, Albion, and I've come to share Monstrology throughout the spiral. So let's get started. The motto of Monstrology is Know Thine Enemy. You'll learn to profile your enemy, extract their strengths, and use them to your benefit. We use special monstrological extract spells to enchant damage spells, which can then capture an enemy's very essence, or animus. An enchanted spell that deals damage will result in extraction of one animus, plus an additional animus is extracted with a defeating hit. Now pay attention here, cause this is very important. To formally collect the animus you've extracted, you must win the duel. Once you've successfully collected an enemy's animus, their profile is added to your Monstrology tome, so you can reference them at any time. There's much more to Monstrology than that, of course, but I find 'tis easier to do than to listen. It's high time for some field work. Take this extract undead animus spell and use it to capture the animus of any undead enemy you'd like to profile. Well, almost any. Since you're new to Monstrology, you'll want to tussle with a low-level enemy to maximize your chances of animus extraction. Start with the Lost Souls on Unicorn Way. Extract one Lost Soul animus, then return here, and we'll wrap up your introduction to Monstrology.
I'm going to leave a mark here. I am going to select the Lost Souls Essence. I am going to basically remove all my spells that I don't need. And I am going to get out our Dark Sprites and extracts. And we're going to extract a Lost Soul. So what you do is you use these like enchantments and put them on top of your card, and then you hit the enemy. That's all it is. And there we go. We got 2 Lost Soul enemies. Which now we'll go back to Monstrologist Burke and turn that in.
Were you able to extract an animus from an undead enemy? Aye? Cracking! Now it's time I show you the myriad ways monstrologists use animus. The Monstrology Tome, notwithstanding, my personal favourite application of an animus is to create a summon monster treasure card. It's like an echo of the enemy you extracted it from, which can be summoned in combat, but not unlike the way one summons a minion. You can also create an Expel monster treasure card that's basically an instant defeat, one-shot silver bullet against a particular monster. If you've the proper lodgings, animus can also be used to create house guests, as well as monster echoes that your friends can jewel. And don't worry if your house isn't equipped with a Joe sigil. That's what the Monster Dome is for. Now, if you've any questions, or simply feel the need for a refresher, consult the Monstromnibus here at any time. And remember, as your monstrology level increases, so does the amount of monstrological spells you're privy to. So, keep an eye out for me in your journeys throughout the spiral. Until then, welcome to Monstrology. Go on then, get cracking!
Oh, I didn't mean to press that. But yeah, she has other spells we can get for 100,000 each. Like extracting the horses, extracting the colossus, and extracting the spiders. So I don't think we can access any of these yet. But I think if we did, it'll probably be something not colossus, I think. And of course, I know I missed that one guy in there, but he has a quest for Cyclops Lane, which we won't be able to do. I should go in this way because there's something I want to get over there. But let's talk to Farley real quickly, so we can go ahead and get rid of this.
Greetings, my little wizard friend. You look like you're in need of some learning, and I'm happy to oblige. And if it's not too much trouble, I'll ask you for a small favor once I've finished yapping. So, where to start? Well, let me tell you about how gardening works. It all begins with the tiniest of things, a seed. Do you have a seed with you? Surely you must. What's that? You don't? Oh dear. And we're off to a poor start. Tell you what, will you run over to speak to Blossom, the life tree in the midst of Ravenwood? Ask her for a seed. Any type will do. She should set you up with something to get you started. Be off then, will ya?
I forgot I had to go back to her, so I'm glad I left the mark in Ravenwood.
Good day to you, young wizard. What can I do for you? A seed? Farley sent you? A most unusual request, but I should be able to help you. A plant's journey of life begins with it as a seed. There are many types of seeds, each with a different destiny. With enough energy, you can prepare soil of your choice in your castle, if you have one, or a planter in your dorm. Then, you can place the seed into the readied soil. After a time, it will begin to grow. You can shepherd its growth through spells and other means of caring for it, creating an environment for it to thrive. I will give you a seed. Take it back to Farley. He will tell you more.
Dandelion, which we'll learn about in just a sec. Here come Farley, here come Farley, right down towards the city lane. I don't know, I was just making a joke.
So, you've got that seed? Fantastic. I recommend you roll up your sleeves and learn something about gardening. Let's see what kind of seed blossom saw fit to give you. Oh, what's this? A dandelion? That'll do nicely. After you've planted your dandelion seed, it starts to grow. From seed to seedling, young plant, mature plant, to elder. You can use a number of helpful spells to usher it along as it grows, keeping it healthy and happy. Take a look at the row of 4 dandelions to the side of me, and examine each of them. When you're done, come back and I'll bend your ear some more, if you've got the patience for it.
This is a seedling, the youngest phase of life for a plant. You will need energy to plant a seed in a planter or the ground. After a seed is planted, you can use plant growth spells on it to help it flourish. Plants require some things to thrive and survive: water, sunshine, pollination, magic, and even music. Plants that are cared for with spells to satisfy their needs will advance through the stages of life. Next, you should examine the young plant. This is a young plant in its next stage of life after seedling. You can observe your plant's growth visually and by using some simple spells. The plow spell allows you to remove a plant or dirt pile if you wish to do so. The revive spell allows you to transform a wilting plant into a young plant, ready to grow once more. Now you should examine the mature plant. This is a mature plant in the fullness of its growth. When a plant becomes mature, it can be harvested. You can harvest a plant by interacting with it. Each type of plant yields a different harvest: reagents, pet snacks, gold, treasure cards, or more seeds. You can harvest from a plant as long as it's in its mature stage of life. It's now time to take a look at the elder plant. This is an elder plant, the final stage of a plant's life cycle. Many plants won't reach this stage. An elder plant can be harvested one final time with much greater possible rewards. Once an elder plant is harvested, it disappears and cannot be revived. You should return to speak to Farley.
So, there you have it. Think you know it all now? Don't get carried away. I've still much to teach. I'm sad to say that gardening isn't all nurturing and happiness. Plants can be endangered by some very real threats. Take a look at the 2 unhealthy-looking specimens to the other side of me. Come back when you've seen for yourself what can happen.
This plant is wilting. It will die before too long if it's not taken care of. Plants can die if their needs are not met, or if they are killed by pests. Plants have likes and dislikes, things that encourage or discourage their growth. A plant's likes are things it enjoys being near. These can include other types of plants or gardening items. A plant will flourish if it is near things that it likes, while things it dislikes will cause it to become unhealthy. An important part of gardening is learning how to arrange your plants and create a healthy garden for them. You should examine the dead plant now. This plant is dead. Now all that can be done is to plow it over or revive it as a seedling. The greatest threat to plants are pests. Pests can infest a plant and hinder its growth. If pests are not eliminated, eventually the plant will begin to wilt and die. When a plant is infested by pests, it cannot be harvested, and growth spells will have no effect. To eliminate pests, you must use pest-fighting spells. To eliminate a pest, the spell must be of high enough rank. You can purchase pest-fighting spells from vendors throughout the spiral, or even win them as treasures. Farley can tell you more about how to get started gardening.
It's a sorry state to see plants doing so poorly, but it's important to know what risks there are when gardening. I think by now you've learned the basics of planting and gardening. If you've been paying attention, the seed Blossom gave you should be enough to get you started. I encourage you to try it out. You've already got the basic spells to care for your plant, and I can sell you additional spells and items for your garden. As you continue to garden, you'll reap the rewards in the form of harvests, badges, and even experience. I look forward to seeing you again with your newfound green thumb displayed oh so proudly. Best of luck to you.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. To become a basically novice gardener. And before I go further with this, I'm gonna go to my dorm and I am going to start planting beast moon seeds because I didn't get to do that with the beast moon event because I need to get that quest completed. So beast moon seeds can only be placed in these beast moon planters. So I'm just gonna place these 2 seeds here and hope for a better outcome. And then when I get the spells I need to take care of the actual plants themselves, I start with planting these things. But yeah, right now for all my spells, I can only use these spells and I can't like take care of them at all right now. So I'll do that later. Beast moon seeds are a rare exception where they don't take any specific needs. They just focus in on the spells themselves. Or not spells, the plants themselves. Going into Unicorn Way. I know I was here just a second ago, but I want to make sure I get this quest out of the way from Diego the Duel Master.
Wizard, at last you have come! Any longer and I may have perished under the weight of this disrespect. You see, my friend, I have been burgled. A priceless family heirloom was stolen by my most archest of nemesis, my evil twin brother, Roberto. He's wanted the item since we were colts. I tried to confront the fiend, but he secured himself behind a wooden skeleton lock. A powerful wood I thought only a legend, until now. I'm certain there's a way to unlock the bony barrier, but I'm too busy training new students in the combative arts to do the research myself. However, I did hear there's a new assistant in the library whose focus is in the skeleton locks and keys. Could I impose upon you to consult him?
I'll definitely do that and leave a mark here. And it's easier to just go outside into the commons and then I'll go to the library after that, instead of going through the teleport mark and then walking all the way across to the library. We don't want to talk to Boris. We want to go upstairs to this guy over here.
Oh, can I help you? Diego the Duel Master seeks information about a wooden skeleton lock. Why, that happens to be my field of expertise. Skeleton locks are enchanted doors that can only be opened by a corresponding key. Thus, Diego's wooden lock requires a wooden skeleton key. But those keys are typically quite difficult to come by, coveted as they are by what I call bad folk, and they shatter after only one use. Fortunately for you, I have a wooden skeleton key I can part with if you take this keyring with you on your adventures. The keyring detects nearby skeleton keys and sends data back to me for my continuing research. Plus, it will mark your map with key locations. Well, I bid you and Diego good luck with whatever waits behind that wooden skeleton lock. I'm counting on you to explore the entire spiral.
Oh, and that book talks about, I think the skeleton keys. I'm not quite 100% sure. And I should probably go back to my mark, because I have that there.
You're back! What did the librarian's assistant say? We need a wooden skeleton key? Of course! Curse this bad luck. What's that? The librarian's assistant gave you a wooden skeleton key? I knew you'd come through for me. That's why I hate to beg another favor of you. Will you duel Roberto and recover my precious heirloom? Let me explain. As much as I would love to battle my brother, honor forbids it. You see, Roberto and I both made an oath to our mother on her deathbed that we would never take up arms against family. So I cannot fight him. However, we also made an oath to our father on his deathbed that we never back down from a challenge. So I must fight him. Just see my difficulty. Huh? Roberto stole the heirloom knowing I'd be unable to personally retaliate. But there is no dishonor if I send a proxy. Especially not if that proxy is my most prized pupil who learned everything they know about dueling from me. Will you do it? Thank you, my friend. You can find Roberto in his hidden lair. I'll mark your map.
And so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and change my deck real quickly and head over there. I'm gonna need, let's actually just pack that and that, just so we have everything. That means we'll probably have to heal a lot more, but we definitely have enough damage with just that. Also, do I have the, nope, I don't. I actually don't need the steel. And I probably want to poke these in just in case. And so, with that said, we have this layer down here that we can go to. We have fireplace and then this layer. We'll see what that layer is in just a sec because we're heading there right now. Every key boss has a sigil like this, but it has a different format. This is the only one with the normal format sigil. And with these key locks, we have to use a key, which, like they said in the description, the key will be moved from your inventory and shattered.
You've looked right into my trap, my foolish Wait, you are not my brother. Does that coward, Diego, send a child to fight his battles? So be it. Here, give a baby his toy back. I only stole it to irk him, but it's no fun if I don't get to see the look on his stupid face. Besides, it clearly isn't lucky at all. Couldn't even help me defeat a lowly whelp like you. Just take that piece of junk and get out! Get out of here!
Gonna go back to Unicorn Way, and then we'll head to Saphira.
You've returned with my great-grand-sized lucky unicorn shoe. I know that scoundrel Roberto would be no match for my favorite pupil. It's a good thing the librarian's assistant that no one had ever heard of before literally had the key to solving this problem, no? Indeed. Just see, my friend, this unicorn shoe brings luck to everyone. Well, for everyone but Roberto, that is. Hey, thank you again.
Yeah, we are going to go to Saphira's Tower now. I know we were just there, but might as well take the journey back. With this battle, I am going to add in the ghouls, just in case.
Betrayal of the Order of the Fang, Part 2. Still looking for the Order of the Fang. How I did not find the Order of the Fang useless. Who are you? Oh, you're the one that dealt with the Harvest Lord, the Banshee, and the Bunny. I was hoping to meet you. I enjoy a challenge. Take a good look, wizard, because this foul gaze will be your last. While you were busy playing with elves and bunnies, I found every book on the Order of the Fang and sent them to my master. The useful ones, anyway. What? No, not Malastare. I don't serve Malastare. I serve Lord Nightshade, Keeper of the Darkness. He serves Malastare. And he rules even now from the place of our banishment, the hub of our new undead kingdom, the Haunted Cave. You know, the one on Triton. It's ours.
So, with that being said, let's actually go to Trinaldo. And I'm gonna pack in the healing again, just because I'm going to pack the, let's see, the fire spells as well. Actually, no, I don't get these. We need the ice spells.
Jeepers, don't sneak up on people like that. Don't you know this cave is haunted?
Well, yes, I do.
Isn't this place just wowzer? I heard all the seals were broken, and I had to finally see what kind of ghosts are in here. I read books on these caves. All the books in the library, actually. But nothing makes history come alive more than really seeing the ghosts. Did you come here out of intellectual curiosity, too? Oh, Lord Nightshade. I've heard of him. Mean guy. He lives in that big tower down the way. Well, I say lives. He doesn't live. He's dead. He unlives in the tower. If you go fight him and survive, can you bring me a souvenir? Ooh, or ask him about the realms of the dead, like the underworld, or Nightside, or Tartarus. I'm super curious. I bet they're nice.
Yeah, that one is based on a reference of Scooby-Doo, if you haven't noticed. And I'm not going to say who from Scooby-Doo, but let's just say they look like her. And that's the only hint you're getting is her. That and her dialogue, that's the only other hint.
truly think to face me, wizard? Do you have any concept of what I am? No mere ghost lost in the ether. I am darkness, king of the dead, lord of the night side, master of the things in the dark which float and scream. And now you have the honor of becoming one of my subjects. Books on the Order of the Fang? I have not these things. I collected them as gifts. Gifts to the one who freed us, to the necromancer concealed safely in my domain, in the night side, where no mortal thing can see him.
So we have to go back to Daisy, which will tell us a little bit more about the Earth.
Wowzer! Whoa, you survived! Or did you? You two seem solid and opaque, but it might just be the lighting. Nightside, the underplane that sits between the realms of life and death, which can't be seen by mortal eyes. Or do you mean a different Nightside? No, that's the one you mean. Yeah, I've read about it. All about it. It's a real physical place somewhere. You just can't see it. Ghosts can, so you'd need ghost eyes. Oh, or the fiery gaze of something possessed by spectral energy. Like those field guards. Defeat field guards and get their pumpkin heads. Then I can do a thing and reveal Nightside. Wowzer, you did a great job! These pumpkin heads are perfect! Unfortunately, I can't do the thing. I thought I could. I read all about it while you were gone, but I can't. I can do stuff, but what you need is a thing. Headmaster Ambrose knows about things. All things. You should ask him for help.
So, the last bit of the quest.
Wizard, I'm afraid Bartleby's mind remains jumbled. I don't think he can help us. Have you had any luck with Foulgaze? What's that you say? You need me to do a thing. Oh my, young people these days are terribly imprecise. Ah, you believe Malistaire is hiding in Nightside? That explains much. It would conceal him from all but Bartleby, thus the theft of his eye. But I see your plan. I can enchant these ghostly pumpkins to transfer their vision into yours, allowing you to see that which dead things see, at least for a short time. It'll take but a moment, and there. It is done. Go now, follow your instincts, find the hidden path to Nightside.
If funny enough, which you know it, the path to Nightside is not in a normal place. Well, kinda is. It's in the commons, underneath the waterfall.
A wizard? It has been so long. Have you come seeking the School of Death Magic? You have found it, and much more. The Death School and I once sat above in the Ravenwood under the shade of the grandfather tree. But in his rage and sorrow, Malistaire stole us. He feigned an explosion and shifted the very land upon which the school sits here to the Nightside. From this haven, he conducts his research into what I do not know. All I could do was sit and wait for Bartleby to see us and send help. His eye of history was stolen. No! Malistaire must have done this. He is in the school now. You must fix what he has broken.
Master, what about this book? The Order of the Fang was born of, some word that starts with K.
Give me that. Crocotopia, you dunce. And I knew that already. I've been scouring the place for ages. I came back here to find where in Oh, I see. Yes, this book does indeed have the answer I seek. So you're too late, wizard. Yes, I remember you. You fought my minions, thwarted all my diversions, but it doesn't matter. I've already won.
That was very dramatic. It's just a book. Hello there. I'm Dworgen, caretaker of the Death School. What's your name? Did you know the Death School moved to Nightside? That's an odd name. Oh, I get it. I thought it was darker than usual outside. Haven't gotten out much. And my master started bringing me books to study. Oh, and an orb that he said could show us all of history. I have history. No, don't have any. I have new dyes, though, if you want some. Still crunchy, too. Anyway, my master couldn't get the orb to work, so he traded it for more books. We've read everything to find the Order of the Fang. Turns out they're on Crocotopia, in a great something that begins with S. You should probably tell the headmaster the Death School moved. Don't want the students to miss class.
And so yeah, now we have access to all these spells that we want to do. But most of these will get through quests, like, somewhat earlier than what they're saying here.
Some good news, Wizard. The guards are reporting progress in pushing out the remaining undead, thanks to you. Now tell me, did you find Nightside? What? Oh my, this is indeed distressing news. But at least we know what happened to the Death School and poor Dworgen. I'll manage shoring up our passage to Nightside so we can resume proper death classes. But we must still contend with Malistaire. We know he seeks the Order of the Fang, a mysterious sect of wizards from Crocotopia, but we don't know why. With Bartleby's eye missing, we must rely on old-fashioned methods to find out. I need you to follow Malistaire's trail to Crocotopia. Take these 2 spiral keys. They will grant access to the world door inside Bartleby. Even in his current state, he can guide you from there.
You wish to explore new worlds? Heed my words. All the worlds of the spiral are connected through world doors, which are unlocked by spiral keys. The keys the headmaster gave you will allow you to travel to the desert world of Crocotopia and back here to Wizard City. Throughout your adventures, you will discover new keys and new worlds and wondrous things and terrible dangers. I chose you for a reason, and while my mind is fogged and my memories vague, I trust my past judgment. You are destined for great things. Yours will be an incredible journey, young wizard. Now it is time for you to take the first step.
Hold up. Before we get to that next episode, let's finish off with Baldur Goldpaws so we can learn a bit about his area.
I am Baldur Goldpaws, a trader from far-off Grizzleheim, and I've just discovered this world. I have sailed across the great sea of skies, establishing new ports to trade my wares in. I would like to establish trade relations with the merchants here, if they be friendly. Can you help me? If Prospector Zeke is here, go speak to him. Then speak to your treasure card dealer and anyone who sells furniture. If you can do that for me, I will be thankful.
Yeah. To do that, we need to leave a mark here and go to the cons.
Hey there, young wizard. How's it going for you so far?
You explain that Baldur Goldpaws asked you to help set up trade relations between Grizzleheim and Wizard City.
That's great. Old Zeke's always happy to do business with the bears. Tell Baldur I'll trade with him.
Hello there, young student. Welcome to the library. Can I help you find any book or card in particular?
You tell Mr. Argleston about the trade agreement Baldur is trying to set up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I would be happy to trade treasure cards with Grizzleheim. I wonder if we can set up a library exchange program.
We're talking to the librarian, which is our treasure card dealer. We are going to the shopping district to go to the housing store, not the do-it-yourself store, which is right in the fountain area. But you need to go to the furniture store, which is also the housing store.
Welcome to my shop, young wizard. Can I interest you in some furniture for your dorm room?
You tell Mr. Quickhammer about the flying boat with the trader from Grizzleheim.
That's great. I offer a selection of furnishings from across the spiral. Adding imports from Grizzleheim will certainly be good for my business.
So yeah, we can actually go back to Grizzleheim, not Grizzleheim, but the Grizzleheim person, Baldur, and turn in the quest.
Did you get agreement from the three merchants? Good! You have brought two worlds closer together. You have my thanks. I would like to reward you for your help getting your merchants to agree to trade with my world. Would you like to take a quick trip with me to visit Grizzleheim, my home? It will not take long now that I know the way. You can greet some tradesmen from Grizzleheim and see if they will trade with Wizard Sit. In Grizzleheim, speak to Thrain Stormfriend, Vider Silverthread, and Dane Goldright. Let them know I sent you with word of new trade partners.
This is a temporary... Oh, Nick Jonas, hi. He doesn't do much other than show you that he has music that we can listen to from the second part of this world. But no, this world is in a future segment, but I just wanted to do this early so we can finish up the Wizard City area.
You look like you could use a new rune-carved ring. I have just the one in stock.
Before he tries to sell you something, you explain about the trade agreement.
That sounds like a great idea. Sign me up. You should head back to tell Baldur that we're willing to trade.
You there. Can I interest you in a new robe? This is a cold land, and you should try to stay warm. What size are you?
You explain that you're not robe shopping. You're here to set up trade with Wizard City.
Trade with Wizard City? I can certainly do that. I will have to get some smaller sizes in stock, though.
Welcome, young outsider. Where are you from, and what can I do for you?
You explain that you're from Wizard City, and that you're here to set up trade with Grizzleheim.
Sounds good to me. I'll trade with anyone with gold in their pocket.
Yep, and he sells hats and boots. If he wanted to come to this place just to buy some stuff, this guy only sells the Doomcarved ring, which honestly isn't useful. This guy over here sells robes, which is the Wordhammer's robe. It's really good if you're level 5 or higher and just want health, but because I'm using the fish robes I got, I don't need it. And then this guy sells hats and boots, which is, the hat gives 20 health and the boots give 12 health, which is really good for like a health build for your early game. So yeah, let's talk to Baldur and finish off the episode.
They are in agreement then. Good news! We have done well this day. Ready yourself. I will take you home now. It was a pleasure working together. I wish you well in your future journeys.
So yeah, we don't get to do Grizzleheim at the moment, but we'll do that later. Anyway, like I said, let's get back to the video. Barbly will give us a little dialogue while we're in here, so he doesn't. So we're not going to be continuing on with going to the next world. We are going to be doing Colossus Boulevard next, which will have a lot of dialogue to get through. We also have fishing and gardening to be doing for a little bit, so that's going to be worked on the side. We have events to do, which we could do on the side as well while we're questing. I'm going to be making sure we are able to do some of these events, like the spiral scene, while we're off camera. So you won't be seeing me doing much of this, but I may give you tips on how I would do it. And then we also have things like badges and getting through these side streets like Colossus Boulevard right there, and another area, or another two areas down in Trenton and Old Town. So I will be seeing you guys next episode when we are doing the Colossus Boulevard in Knott Street. And so, yeah, I'll talk to you later, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.